few months ago, I was sitting on the bus and I overheard two older ladies talking about young people like me. They were talking about something they had heard on the news. They were saying horrible things about young people and stereotyping all of us to be the same. This made me feel angry because I'm not a troublemaker. I'm at school doing my best and I have a part-time job. So I want to find out some more about this negative perception of young people in the media. I want to talk to a range of people who all have different opinions, from young people to older people. I want to find out just where this negative stereotype comes from. After doing some research, I found that people my age are bored. Is this because they can't get a job? I was lucky enough to have the chance to interview two police officers. I wanted to know their opinion of young people and if they think that the media portrays young people fairly. In fact, what I found did surprise me. The people I've spoken to have said some really interesting things, and some of my opinions have most definitely changed. It is a real shame that all young people are portrayed as yobs, but is this what everybody thinks? This is the perception of young people in the media. I began my investigation by asking people what they generally thought about young people.
I think young people of this generation get a bit of a raw deal because I think times are very hard for them. I think the lack of employment opportunities and the lack of free education at an advanced level is something that this generation have got to face for the first time, and I think it's very difficult for them.
What is your general opinion of young people?
I think the majority of them are very good-natured, quite polite. It's just a few that spoil it for the rest.
My general opinion of young people is a positive. I think people that do get a lot of negative feedback through various means, whether it be meetings or media or things like that. But my general opinion, youths, whether they're wearing hoodies or not, they can be nice people.
Do you think that the media have created this negative stereotype for young people?
Yeah, I do, because I think the media just concentrate on the bad points, what the youth gets up to, and not the good points.
To a certain degree, yeah, because I think the media always pick up on the bad ones, not the good ones. If somebody's done something good, it's very rare we hear about it, but if there's been some trouble, then we certainly do hear about it.
The media does a very good job in showing us just what young people are all about. The media tends to capture young people when they're up to no good, when they're causing trouble, and when they're demonstrating what I describe as antisocial behaviour. And that's just the sort of thing that, in my experience, they get up to in Walsall.
It's really unfortunate that the actions of others have had this consequence. I mean, it's not nice to think that this could possibly just get worse. The news always looks for the negative, and unfortunately young people get stereotyped as troublemakers.
Yeah, I'm not dangerous or intimidating. I'm a big cuddly bear. Everyone likes me. I'm a nice person inside. It's the media's fault. Because I walk into a shop and everyone thinks I'm either going to nick something, or stab them. People would rather watch what's like all the bad things have gone on and see what's happening where they're living. The media, they don't know us. I mean, yeah, everyone was young once and they might have felt the same. I understand it's their job, but the fact that they portray us in this way makes me angry, and it's disappointing that people would do that to someone else.
What do you do around here? What do you do all day? I'm sorted around here. I do what I have to do around here.
I had another look at some negative news reports, and it really angers me to think that people view me to be like this boy.
Ryan and his friends call themselves the Bench Hill Mad Dogs. They spend most of their days hanging around on street corners, supposedly protecting their patch. What do you think you'll be doing 5 years from now, right?
Me? Dead. You'll be dead.
Slanging drugs, loads of drugs.
But people trying to shoot me, I'll be dead soon, me.
Darren, the community liaison officer, agreed that the media have created a negative stereotype for young people.
I think it all depends on the situation, why they are in the media in the first place. But I think generally, because everybody listens to the media, they watch the media, and with the internet now, there's always a lot of speculation, a lot of rumour going on. I think young people, they're tarred with a negative brush, and I think it's unfair, personally, because not all young people are like that.
Have you ever had any positive experiences with young people?
I've had lots of positive experience with young children. Part of my role as a community police officer, I go to a lot of the schools, deliver lots of sessions with young children, and a lot of the young children, when they see me out, they always come up and speak to me. They know me by my first name. I've had loads of positives from young children.
They are portrayed in a negative sense because there isn't a lot to do. So as they see teenagers standing on the streets, it gives a negative vibe. Obviously when I was young there was a lot more youth clubs, a lot more things to do. Today the youth clubs have gone, children are interested, they will walk the streets more and they hang around shops or street corners. They haven't got so much in society to do because of funding from governments. Governments could help a lot more, and local councils or churches.
Is it just as simple as providing more youth facilities and activities for young people to do? That's not going to change the negative perception of young people, is it?
People like to read scandal, and it's a trait of the human nature that people like to hear about things that that create excitement. You know, we're in a situation where we take people at face value, and I think like any age group there are good people and there are bad people. I think there are some very nice young people and there are some people who are not so nice, but you can say that for every generation.
Change is good sometimes and it is needed, because all the bad press we're getting, it's not helping anyone.
Unfortunately, the media will always pick up on the negatives. So whether this negative perception of young people will ever change, I don't know. But it has made me slightly more hopeful for the future, knowing that not everybody does think about young people in a negative way.